Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the powers to chant. Jah give her the powers to chant. Ras Tafari, the lion's voice.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it's Exodus. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the lion's voice.
His crowning, the crowning of his queen next to him on that same day, breaking all the traditions at that time. All of these things, going into exile during the war and coming home still to rise as the conquering lion, and take the throne again. All of these things show his birth, the drought, and when he cried, how the waters burst from the heaven. All of these mystic things, the accident in the river, all of these mystic things help me to see a divine and a special being in our midst, So I acknowledge him as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, the elect of God and the light of this world.
Well, front to us a son was born and a child was given.
I want to ask you a question. Have you got your book? Haile Selassie's Ethiopia Volume 1, The Rise of the Priest Warrior King. I've read the book in its entirety, and I must say it's very inspirational, very informative, and very historical, right?
Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was born, rain fall from sky. Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was grown in airplanes he fly. They call him Ras Tafari. The lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Them call him Ras Tafari. Read your Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. Then born near the city of Harar, the inspiration from Bob Marley's guitar. People crowd him like some big superstar. It no matter if England.
Reading his work, the elect speeches of His Majesty, the philosophies and opinion of Marcus Garvey, those two books became like my Bible. After a while, I wasn't reading the Bible as much as I was paying attention to these books. And if there was ever a doubt or query on almost any subject, those were the two books I can turn to till this day to see answers and see clarity. So his crowning, the crowning of his queen next to him on that same day, breaking all the traditions at that time. All of these things, going into exile during the war and coming home still to rise as the conquering lion, and take the throne again. All of these things show his birth, the drought, and when he cried, how the waters burst from the heaven. All of these mystic things, the accident in the river, all of these mystic things help me to see a divine and a special being in our midst, So I acknowledge him as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, the elect of God and the light of this world. So I give thanks. And chose by Queen. Yes, I.
Yes, and then yes. So when was it that you really start to study Empress Menen? Because I know in the early days there wasn't as much emphasis on Empress Menen. Yeah.
That is so true. And having journeyed throughout the Caribbean, even as far as the continent, and having the honor and the privilege to sit amongst sisters like our ancestor Ijania Christian.
Yes, my good sister.
Yes, to sit amongst sisters like Queen Mother Moses.
Yes, my good sister.
Yes, sir, in the early days, and these sisters speaking forwardly about us as a collective and as a Rastafari family, recognizing the Queen, recognizing her duty, recognizing who she really is in the works, making sure that there are books out there. I heard you mention Rasteku, my brethren there with his book, early
Yeah,
part of the C.R.O. as well, he
yeah,
hail up Brother Sekou for
big up.
publishing these works and sharing factual light, about her Royal Highness. These are the things that made me to look around and understand that His Majesty was indeed a very balanced individual,
Yes,
a very, as a priest, as a king, as a husband, as a father. He just fit into every role so perfect, as the balanced king,
as
So
a prophet, the
yes,
exemplar,
I, as a prophet, yes, I, yes,
the
I,
exemplar.
yes, I.
It's so beautiful um, to really see a Rastafari family created, and you shared with I offline that your children, everyone grew up within that liberty. What was it like raising a Rastafari family in Barbados in terms of the education system and everything? How was that journey?
First thing, our firstborn is hearing impaired.
Okay,
So from early out, that was a serious challenge, But wise mind, if you had a child speaking Spanish, straight away, you better learn to speak Spanish. So from very early, I started to learn sign language from I realized that he had a hearing problem. And he
okay,
went to the school for the blind and deaf at that time. So I was very actively involved in the school, the PTA, that kind of thing. So my children in every school, I made sure I knew my children, teachers. I made sure I always have a relationship with my children, teachers when they were very young, that they understood, we don't participate in certain Christian festivals during school. I took the stance from early because some other Rastafari parents at that time, some were having problems with schools not wanting to have the children with law. Some were having problems with the children forcing local food for them to eat while they were in their company. So from very early, I would write letters to the school stating about who we are, what we would participate in, the fact that our children are vegetarians, So it was easy for me. It wasn't easy for everyone because I made it my business to make my children teachers, people I can talk to and communicate with. And
okay,
my children did very well in school as well. My children in school were not the type that were followers. My children were more leaders in a good way, you know. So I didn't have they participated. Their report was always good. Their discipline was good, So those are the things that you as a parent now have to make sure. Don't stand off and don't go to the school and they treat your child like this. No, you go from very early because at that age your child is like a sponge. It would absorb anything around negative and positive if you are not strong enough. So my children were proud to stick. I never had a problem with them with their ital liberty in school. They were very. I think they had the character of their parents without a doubt. Very very strong. I remember my daughter in primary school, a very young age, maybe 6, 7 or so, and they had this questioning in the school. It was supposed to be like an interaction between the teachers, and the teachers asked a question like, is there anybody in the house who is smoking? And you know how vulnerable children are, smoking dope. So my little daughter get up and say, my parents don't deal with dope, we deal with herbs. And she was very young. And when she came home, she brought the conversation home. Well, of course, I was pissed off. How dare you take such young children and you ask them about what's going on in the privacy of their home without even a reasoning to the parents? So straight away the next day I was at the school and there I was asking the teachers, so why you just discussing weed? Did you ask if any of these children were being physically or sexually abused at home? Something that's very prevalent in the community. Did you speak to that? Did you advise the parents that you were going to have such discussions? And I said to them, in the presence of the head teacher, don't ever do that again. These are young children. Don't ever do it with my child. And if you have any question at all pertaining to me and my family as Rastafari, I am here and I'm free to speak to you. And that was that.
She's like the flowers in my garden, and her heart has never hardened, and she give me loving in the morning. Babylon, you are go far without no warning. Black woman, I said I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother. But no struggle, so we both could help each other. And then I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother. But no struggle, so we both could help each other. Started in the village, now we in the city. Journey where we have together, everybody see. Spent a little time out in captivity. Babylon, their plan was to destroy the family. Still I want you to bring a child for me. Maybe in the spring when birds are sing lovely. Maybe we could plan to have a summer baby. I can be the man that you depend on. Put the pen to the paper, made a love song. Babylon, they separated us for so long, and the reason that they hated us was so wrong. Still the most that he created us, we so strong. Then same Kushite and the Dogon. Love your melanin, no follow for them program. Black woman, me not go pass on you for no one. No one, that's my slogan. Black woman, I said I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother. But no struggle, so we both could help each other. Then I wanna be your lover, and I don't want any other. You alone, I could have be my children's mother. But no struggle, so we both could help each other. She's like the oxygen in my flame. Loving where we have nobody can contain. Love so powerful, survive shackle and chain. Love it cross the ocean way before planes. Love survive them torture, rape and dear pain. When one escape, then the other get blame. That's why I never put no one above you. That's why I'm not ashamed to say I love you. That's why them dirty Babylon, they judge you. Feel the power when I kiss and when I hug you. Hold you for hours when I think about how they grudge you. I'm a lion, so I never gonna